Hey everyone, this is my surgery question and answer video. I don't have many questions, probably because I've answered most of them, or a lot of them are just common knowledge you can find on the website and stuff. And then I'm going to stop the video and move the camera down, and I'll show like a more flat-on view of what my body looks like now. I'm not doing my stats. I'm going to do it once a month now instead of once a week, because I'm past my 3 months now, but still losing, obviously. I mean, like, my hands are getting thinner, my hands and my fingers and my arms and everything. My face is like much thinner now. I mean, I still have stuff, I'm sure, but yeah, I'm happy. Anyway, let's get started. How long were you in the hospital for? I was in the hospital for 3 days. What was the hardest part heading into surgery? Like on the day, it was probably the actual like waiting, because I knew I was gonna have to go into the room. I mean, like the pre-surgery diet was hard because you're mentally preparing yourself for this life change, and you know, like, it's coming, and you have a chance, like, to just say, do I really want this or do I not want this? Because once you do it, that's it. There's no going back. So you got to kind of put yourself in that mindset. This is what you want. This is what you want. You have a chance to cheat. How are you going to cheat? I mean, I cheated, but I cheated by having extra protein. I didn't go for the fast food I was offered. So that showed that I was at least in the right mindset. You know, I was shunning the bad food in favor of just a little bit more of what I was already allowed. Still not great, but it's better than what I could have had, what I was offered. But actually waiting, I hate when they're going to knock you out, because it scares the living crap out of me. When they come, you're on that table and they have the IVs in you, and you just know you're about to get surgery, and you know they're going to knock you out, and that feeling of just being put to sleep is scary. Like, the whole thing is scary. Pretty much once you enter the hospital until you wake up, it's scary. Once you wake up, it's like, okay, it's over with. How did and do you deal with cravings? Before I ate whatever I wanted, and now I eat whatever I want. I'm pretty bad, I guess, like, because this isn't a diet, it's a lifestyle change. So you can't treat it as a diet, is the thing. You can't sit there and say, I'm not allowed this, I'm not allowed this, I'm not allowed that. Because once you hit the safety area of your diet, or, oh my God, you hit the safety area after the surgery, once you're cleared for like solid food or whatever, you can pretty much eat whatever. It's up to you to make your own choices not to start eating the bad food. My lipstick's fucked up. Sorry. I'm gonna pause and go fix my mouth because it's annoying me. Sorry. But anyway, like I was saying, it's not a diet, so you can't treat it as a diet. So moderation. Overall, you need to adopt healthier eating styles. Stay away from carbs, stay away from fried foods, fast foods, things like that. But on the occasion, if you want something, have it. Just don't have a lot of it. And you get full so fast, or you get sick off of it, you don't really get the same cravings. Like, I look at all the food I normally would like, and it's like, I just don't want anything now. Nothing appeals anymore, because you no longer live to eat, you eat to live. And so food is not a high priority in your life anymore. Did the mental food chatter really stop after surgery? No, because right after surgery, you're only on liquids, and it's another 6 weeks before you can have any kind of food, you know, depending on your doctor and what your doctor says. But my doctor, for instance, it was 6 weeks. It's 2-week OptiFast diet, and then it's 2 weeks of liquid food, then it's 2 weeks of pureed food, then it's 2 weeks of soft food, and then you get on normal food. So that whole time, the whole beginning, when you're still on like the nothing food, you just want to eat. You're just like, oh, I miss eating. I'm so tired of soups and shakes. I want food. And so the craving's pretty bad, but your stomach is sore, you're bloated, you're in pain. It kind of kills that urge to just pig out, because your fear of what you're going to do to yourself, it makes it bearable. And then once you're able to eat your first scrambled egg, it's like heaven, and suddenly you can tolerate it. You can do it because you can have food. Even if it's not everything right away, you can still have food. How much pain were you in after, and for how long? I was in a lot of pain, and for quite a while. You have gas pains. Really, really, really bad. Really bad. Really, really bad. I mean, I've had a laparoscopic procedure done before, and it wasn't like this. This was so bad. You're so sore, and you can't sit up, and you can't move, and you can't lift anything. You're not supposed to lift anything that you can't pick up with one arm. And gas and gas and gas and gas and gas. And I don't know. I probably was hurting for a good 2 weeks or so, I'd say. I didn't really feel normal until after my 6 weeks. Then I started feeling pretty normal. Yeah. But everybody's different as well. What are you finding the hardest now, 2 months out? So obviously it took a while to make this video because I'm 3 months out, but the hardest is the stalls, because it's a cross between the stalls and actually having to eat. The stalls, because you'll lose weight and then you'll stall. It's like your body loses weight and then plateaus, and then you lose weight and plateaus, and that's like, it's depressing when the scales stop moving. It's like, what did I do wrong? And then being a woman before your period, or water weight, you got all these hormones and shit, that fucking sucks, and it changes your weight, and it gets kind of depressing sometimes, but then obviously you see the changes, and it makes it all worthwhile. And then eating as well. Eating is very hard, because eating is really hard, and food doesn't feel good, doesn't taste good. And I will play for you guys something. This is the gurgling. I hope that you can hear it. But when you eat, or when you drink, or when you eat and drink, you're not supposed to eat and drink at the same time, but if you still have any food anywhere near you in your system, and then you drink, you'll hear this noise, and it's a really gross noise. And it's embarrassing too. So it'll take a minute to... It'll happen in a minute. I'll check this video, and if it's not too loud, I'll add it in, but fuck, it's embarrassing. It sounds like a burp, but it's not. It comes up from your esophagus. You open your mouth and it just comes out of your throat. That's what you sound like after surgery. And then it's like, oh, it just happens. It's mortifying when it happens in front of other people, because they're just like, what the hell was that? And you're like, I just drank something, sorry. Let's see. Was there any emotional eating going on, and how did you deal with that? No, because I'm not an emotional eater. I just eat. I mean, I've never really been a huge eater, but I always like lived on fast food and shit like that. But no, I don't emotionally eat or rely on food for stuff. What's your eating plan? I don't really have one. I'm supposed to be eating lots, like 3 to 6 small meals a day, and I'm lucky if I get in one. I'm not following the rules. I'm doing really bad. I have trouble eating. I have trouble drinking. I'm not really getting anything in. Not since my little depression stage a couple of weeks ago, when I stopped eating for 3 days. Ever since then, eating and drinking has been really hard, and I just don't want anything. And then I get headaches and sorry. How do you get funded for it? I went to my GP and I said, do you do funding for gastric sleeve? And he said, yes, we do. And I said, can you put me down? And he said, yep. And so he referred me, and they have a scale between like 1 and 100, and the closest you are to 100 means the more you would benefit from the surgery, and so your chances of getting approved are higher. And I scored like 89 or 90 something, possibly because of my age, my diabetes, things like that. They felt that the quality of my life would vastly be improved if I was able to lose weight, even though my starting weight was far under what people usually start at. They obviously thought that I would benefit from it, and so I was approved right away, and it was just boom, boom, couple months later, and I had the surgery. Like, it wasn't even a long waiting period, and I didn't even have to apply more than once. I was so fortunate. That's why I almost feel like it was a sign just to keep fighting and keep going, because it was just like winning the lottery. It was just there, like it was meant to be. It was awesome. I guess that answers the next question. Do you think it's worth it? It's definitely worth it. Every day is hard. Eating is hard. Drinking is hard. You get weak. You get headaches. But you know what? You drop the weight and you become a totally different person. Your health improves. You have more energy, although I have a really bad sleeping pattern, so I don't really have a lot of energy. But the weight comes off, and that's what's most important. And you get your life back, and that's just priceless. Can you gain weight again? Yes, you can. The doctor told me very specifically that if you are not careful, or if you want to sabotage yourself, you can. And a lot of people will drink their calories, and like they want a cake when they're not allowed to eat food or something, and they'll make it into a shake with ice cream, and they'll drink it, and they'll end up getting all their calories back and then some just by drinking it. And they think just because they're drinking it, they're not gaining weight, or they're not putting anything bad in their system, but that's not true. They are. Like, I was a complete soda freak. I had bottles upon bottles, and I would drink soda all throughout the day, every day, and I don't drink soda anymore. Just cold turkey, just had to stop it. I drink this tea, this Asian green tea, because it pretty much, I mean, I can't read what it says because I don't read Asian, but there's a lot of zeros here. It only has 75 kilojoules and 4.5 whatever that is, 4.2 whatever that is, and I don't know if that's salt or sugar. It's 20 something milligrams. But all in all, it has a lot less sugar, I think, if you compare it with other labels and shit. It has a lot less in it, and it's green tea, so I drink that. That's my vice now. And I drink this here, which is generic, or not generic, whatever, calcitrim. And so this gives me like protein and calcium and stuff, and it gives me my milk. Although, whereas I used to drink bottles and bottles, like I drink a whole bottle a day if I could, I cut it down now to like very small quantities, unless I'm in the middle of it being a couple of days of not drinking, and then I just figure any fluid matters because I'm not really eating, so my calories aren't, it's not like I'm putting calories on top of calories, I'm barely getting anything, so then I allow myself to have more milk. But I don't drink anything else. Have you vomited, and how was it? Yeah, and it sucked. I tried to eat broccoli one day and it wouldn't go down. It got stuck. Like I had 3 bites and the 3rd bite, I guess, got stuck in my esophagus and it wouldn't go down and it wouldn't budge at all. So I ended up puking, and it's a different sensation because it's not puke. It's just like, eh. And there wasn't much stomach acid. It didn't burn and taste like vomit, but everything came up. Well, most of it came up. I had one piece of broccoli come up to like the base of my throat, like right here, and it wouldn't go down and it wouldn't come up, and it stayed there for the next 5 hours, and then finally it slid down. So that sucked. What medications do you have to have? Well, I take vitamins every day, so I have these children's vitamins because they're chewable and I don't like swallowing pills, and I have to take an acid reflux pill every day. Have to take vitamins and shit for the rest of my life, but the acid reflux is to help stop the stomach acid from coming up, because I read that your stomach doesn't get to 100% strength until like a year's time has passed, and so there's still possibilities for acid reflux and other things. You just got to protect yourself. How much weight are you supposed to lose? Everybody or just me? Like, for everybody, I think it's like 70% of your extra body weight. For me personally, I think I'm supposed to lose a total of 40 kilos. That sounds about right. So like 80 pounds or so. I've lost 30 pounds already, so I have like another 50 pounds to go, if you can believe it. I don't know how small that would make me. I don't see it happening, but I'm only 3 months out, so who knows. My body responds to weight loss really quickly, and I tend to look a lot smaller than I actually am because I'm still about 200 pounds, but I don't look like I'm about 200 pounds. You know, I don't know, but I'm supposed to lose quite a bit more. I have a long time to go. You lose up to 70% of your extra body weight in a year's time. How is your diabetes? My diabetes is good. Like, I was taking this one here. I'm supposed to take after my meals, and I started with 9 when I first got diabetes, and then I went up quickly to 19. So I started taking between 19 and 25, and then sometimes when my blood wouldn't go down, I'd have to take more, and I'd end up taking 19 and then 25 and then 30 and then another 25. I'd end up taking about 60, 70, and I wouldn't even have a low, so it was scary. And then this one is my nighttime one, and I have to take this every night before bed, and that's slow acting and it lasts all throughout the day. And now I don't take any blue, and this one I was taking between 75 and 80 at night, and now I take 24. So my diabetes is vastly improved. Is there anything you can't have that you miss? Yes, I miss my sodas. I sometimes miss the ability to have an actual full meal, to be able to eat and drink and stuff, you know. For the most part, not as such, because it's not a diet. You can have whatever you want. So I'm gonna stop the camera, and then I'm gonna move the camera, and then I'll do a full-on front-on body shot, and then yeah, and then I'll say goodbye for now. And if there's anything else you'd like to know, feel free to ask me. Sorry I don't update this as much. I don't really have much to say unless I'm specifically being asked something, but you know, whatever. See you in a minute. I don't know if you guys remember what I looked like last time I wore this dress, but this is me today. You can still see fucking belly line, but it's a lot smaller than it was last time. And this is my waist today. I'm a bit bloated because I actually was eating pancakes this morning, but it's I actually, like, I had to tighten up my dress today because it's actually getting quite loose. Yeah, even though I'm bloated, my stomach is still a lot smaller today than it was, I think, last time I wore this dress. But it's a lot baggier than it was. And I'm a bit still swollen here from my tattoo because I got a new tattoo. But yeah, so this is a front ways side. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.